The end game for me is to eventually be able to have my own business, work for myself, and do my own thing. Not necessarily because I want to become a millionaire or because I want to drive a sports car. Like I would love that, but that's not why.
Or a Chevy.
Or a 1997 Chevy Tahoe two-door to the ground with big wheels. You know? Not just that. That would be great, but not just because of that. Mostly because I would like to be able to experience things with my kids that I didn't get to do with my parents. Mm-hmm. For example, I told her like my number one goal with like the rest of my life and this and starting our own business is I want to take my kids to school. I want to drop them off in the mornings. I want to be able to help them get ready and just drop them off to school, get them off to a good start. And if I get to do that every day, then I have accomplished my goal in life.
You're my guest today, okay?
Okay.
So
I'm the guest on my show?
You're the guest on your own show.
Okay.
Welcome to Next Chapter Hustle. My name is Ruby. For those of you who don't know me, this is Beto. I will be interviewing Beto today. We also happen to be husband and wife and partners in this Next Chapter Hustle.
Yes.
Let me give you a quick introduction on our guest today. He is a husband, a father of one, and another one on the way, a doggy dad, a railroad worker, somewhat of a mechanic. If it's not too technical, he can do it. He is a son, a brother, a compadre, a padrino. What am I missing?
I'm a bad motherfucker, man. What you mean?
I guess so, yeah. A cousin and a friend, especially to me. Who are you, Beto? Besides everything I already introduced you as.
So my full name is Adalberto. It's a very uncommon name, very hard for all of my teachers growing up. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm having such a hard time naming our boy. But we're getting there. We're going to get it. So I'm a first generation Mexican American, 34 years old, raised and born here in Joliet, Illinois. I lived in Mexico for a few years when I was little. I was born here, moved to Mexico, and then I went up to first grade in Mexico, and then we came back here to the United States in '99. I actually lived down the street. Well, when I was a little kid, I lived on that side of the street. When I was first born, we lived in that building
literally
over there.
like down the street.
Literally, like, yeah. Like, I feel like the past 30 years of my life revolved in this block area.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You started first grade here?
I came back here to the States in February, so I jumped straight into first grade. So I did half of first grade in Mexico and the other half here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Lincoln Elementary down the street. For any of you guys that remember that school.
Lincoln Elementary. So what happens after that?
So we went to, by that time we lived here across the street. I finished up all my schooling here. Once I graduated from high school, I basically went straight into the trades.
What kind of a high school student were you? I wasn't the best student. I hated school, to be honest.
As you can tell, we're here.
What the heck? Despite of that, we're here, okay? I didn't like school, to be very honest. I was never a really good student. So I just want to cushion that for you.
Oh, I was really good at school till about my sophomore year, end of freshman year, maybe. I don't know. I just really dropped off. Like, I didn't really like school anymore.
What do you, like, when you say you dropped off, is it like you stopped going or you
No.
weren't...
I actually showed up to school. I was just not very good book-wise. Like, I've never been the person to be able to read a book and, like, understand it. Like, I can read a book and think about the 10 other things I'm going to do that day, and I'll forget exactly what the book was about. But I could watch somebody take apart an engine, and then I could probably get back in there and put it right back together. I'm more of a visual and hands-on guy.
Yeah. Did you know that in high school about yourself? Or?
So I didn't really realize it till we were about junior year, because we took mechanics. So in school, I took like welding classes, electrician classes, mechanic classes, carpentry classes. But I think it was till like about our junior year that we took the mechanic class. I was in there with Jesus, who helped me tremendously here. We used to take apart and put together the same rim and tire like every day for like a
Para
month
hacerse
straight.
mensos?
Yeah, I mean, we got it down like the first half a second we saw it, so we just did it over and over it.
So what? The teacher wouldn't ask you to do something
Well,
else?
they were worried about the other guys like cutting their fingers off and stuff. So we were
He
we were
saw
okay.
you guys were okay with the tools.
Yeah, so that was that. But I think at that point I really did realize that that I was really good with hands-on. And then like as a little kid, when we moved here to my uncle's street down the house, he used to own a banquet hall. There's Copas, and then it was Jaime's Pool. And ever since I was a little kid, I remember going with him on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays to clean up the hall, to take out garbage, all that stuff. So I always hustled ever since I was little.
Didn't you? I mean, I know you've shared stories with me. If you can share a little bit about that, you helped your dad, you and your brother would help your dad and your mom. Like I andaban with your dad in the apartments and stuff like that.
Yeah, so when we got here, I was 7 years old. I turned 7 years old here a week after we got here. And then I was working with my uncle at the banquet hall. In 2000, we got here in 99. In 2003, we moved across the street. We bought a house and a couple buildings next to it, but there was nothing there. It was just buildings. And we had no tools, no power tools for sure. We built everything with a screwdriver and a corded drill that worked whenever we wanted to. And like, yeah, we had, I mean, I had no clue what I was doing. I was 10 years old at the time. But my dad's always been the guy to like just jump into things. So I kind of figured like that's kind of where I got it from. Like,
did your dad know how to do it?
We're gonna say yes for the
Purposes of liability.
You know what? I know he built a house in Mexico, and he was a big part of like what was going on there.
Yeah.
He was very hands-on, like doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he had some sort of background with
Yeah,
it,
he had
but
some
like
stuff.
he's not a carpenter, he's not a plumber, he's not an electrician, he's none of that. So I think it's just like one of those things where like he grew up very limited financially,
Like resources.
and so did we. We didn't have like everything we wanted to, so it was one of those things where like the more you learn how to do, the more you're gonna do.
No tenían de otra, you had to do it.
Yeah, for sure. We couldn't afford to pay somebody to come and fix it, and then we had a couple bad experiences with some people that we did. So we were like, man, if it's gonna look shitty, I might as well do it myself. So
Looking back, do you appreciate that you started as a kid, like in la construcción, or is there some resentment, like I didn't get to be a kid? How do you see it?
So I've always felt like I didn't really have that childhood experience to like just be out there. I mean, we did roam the streets in our bikes, and then
Sí andaba de travieso here and there.
and then I was able to afford some like little motorbikes, like back
because you worked with your tío.
Yeah, because I work with my uncle, so I used to like make some money, and then I was able to afford some things. Ahí compramos las motitos y andamos en chinga. La policía me hizo
Those
apucharlas.
kids that will complain about now.
Yeah,
that
no.
was you.
Well, back then, la policía me hizo apucharla like 3 blocks all the way home.
They followed you.
Dude, so
Story time.
I got out of school and I used to come straight home, jump on the bike, me and my cousin, rest in peace, Aron. So yeah, I got home from school and I used to like run home, jump on my little bike and go cruise around the block. So I went down the street, I went down here, we'll go down Meeker, come back on Henderson, and then come back. So on the corner of Henderson and Meeker, the cop pulled me over on a pocket bike and he made me turn it off and push it home.
Did you get scared?
Well, at first I was like, damn, dude, like I gotta push it all the way home. And then I seen my dad coming out of work.
So the cop didn't even scare you?
Not really. What scared me was my dad, because he pulled up and like he was just driving home from work in his car. And then I just see the car like slow down and I looked and it was him. I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I didn't even
And you saw the cops behind you?
Yeah, the fucking cop had his lights on and everything.
Oh.
So, yeah, my dad just kept driving. He acted like that's not his kid. And I thought about keep going around the block because I didn't want to make it home. But yeah, once I got home,
There's a good...
I got in trouble. No ass whoopings. My dad never really whooped our ass, but
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
But it was worse, man. He used to cut with them words, man. But yeah, so I was a bit of a troublemaker when I was younger. Nothing crazy, but yeah, I do appreciate that. My dad like really, really taught us how to work. So he would wake us up on the weekends at like 6 a.m. to cut about the smallest yard you could think of.
Could never be me.
Woke us up just Saturday mornings, get up, cut the grass. Like it used to take us a half hour, but he used to make us. So I feel like now that's why I don't struggle to get up early.
Yeah.
But yeah, he really did like teach us how to work. He used to always tell us that we have to know how to work. Like if you go on and you become a doctor, whatever it is you want to do, good for you. But in case that fails, you have to know how to work. And he did. So
That's pretty cool.
it's really paid off for me and my brother.
Part two of that question. So, are you gonna wake up our kids
Hell yeah.
to do stuff
Yep.
like that?
Cassie's gonna wake up and she's gonna go pull weeds and then
But like at 9 on the weekend.
no. We're not doing that. We're getting up early.
I'm not kidding.
We're getting you too.
I'm glad that you can look back and think that way about your childhood. Now, fast forward a little bit, we said you weren't the best student in high school, but it wasn't so much that you were ditching or in gangs or anything like that. It was just that you weren't book smart. You were more like a street smart type of person.
Yeah, no, I rarely ever ditched school just because I knew that if my dad found out. And at that time here, gangs were like very there. Like they
very present.
Yeah, so one thing for sure that my dad was like on our asses about was being in gangs. So it was always pull your pants up. You couldn't be saggy and you couldn't have a shirt that was a little too
music,
big.
Right?
Oh yeah, rap music? No. I mean, I used to listen to it, but one time my mom caught me listening to Spanish rap. That's probably the worst thing because
Who was it?
I was listening to.
Do you remember?
He was Cartel de Santa.
Oh.
I had a Cartel de Santa and I was playing it, and she went in there and she asked me to take out the CD, and I took it out and she just. So I was like, fuck. It was like the only original CD I had. I had to buy it. So, but yeah, like we didn't. My parents were on our asses, and it was good because we had to be. In this area, gangs were very.
Do you think you would have swayed that way though?
I think it would have been very easy for me because it was everywhere. Like I grew up around it. It was in the neighborhood. It was in the school.
You didn't have to look for it. It was like if.
Yeah, I know. Especially once you see, like, especially if you see a gangbanger who's wearing Jordans, and
Yeah.
you're over here wearing Kmart shoes.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, what do I got to do to wear that? You know, I think that's the biggest thing because you start seeing the materialistic things, what they have, what you don't have, and
you could
it
see
gets to your
how
mind.
it
Yeah.
could have got there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank God for my suegros then, because
Yeah, no, they knew what they were doing.
then we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Unless I turned into.
And then even at that time, I remember, I want to say like in junior high, junior high or like beginning of high school, 2 of our friends got killed out here due to gang violence. And they were my age. One was my age, one was a year older. So rest in peace to them. But yeah, that was very, very tragic. And then we were, at that point, that's when I was like, okay, that's what my parents are talking about.
Yeah, you okay. It all made sense.
Yeah, because as a kid, you don't get it. You just think they don't want you to have fun. But yeah, now that I'm older, I'm like, for sure, that could have been really bad.
So fast forward a little bit more. You graduate high school probably by the miracle of.
No, I graduated good.
Bien?
Yes. But
Le echaste ganas.
like 2.5, almost 3.0 maybe.
Pero que hacías, no seas mentiroso, baby.
No, we're not gonna go into this.
Okay, he graduated, but.
Hey man, I graduated, okay?
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that, I guess.
I graduated high school. Right out of high school, I started working. While I was in high school, I was working for a company building ponds with Kane Brothers.
Oh, that was in high school?
Yeah, I used to go during the summer and then on weekends.
Okay.
And then after that, I started working at the car wash at Delta Sonic because all of Joliet West and Central used to work there. So I started working there. And then when I graduated, I went to work at the Dollar Tree warehouse. And that wasn't my thing. I didn't like warehouses.
Why?
I like being outdoors, man. I can't be
encerrado.
No. So we did that. And then when I was 19 years old, it's when I moved into the railroad space.
Chiquito.
Yeah. I mean, I used to hang out at a buddy's ranch down the street from La Herradura, and that's where I met Vic. Vic at the time was a manager there, and he's the one that got me the job into the railroad when I was 19 years old.
Thanks, Vic.
Thank you. Really appreciate
Shout
you.
out.
Yeah. Then I worked. I was laid off for some time. I went back, and still there now, going on 15 years in the railroad now.
And here we are today. In those 15 years, though, it hasn't just been the railroad. Can you tell us a little bit more about your side hustles?
So yeah, I've always been one to. I can't stand still. I don't go home and just chill. I can't. It's just not my nature. She knows and she hates it.
No. I've learned to appreciate it, and not only appreciate it, like, okay, whatever, that sounds okay, like the politically right thing to say. I benefit from that character trait of yours. So I guess not so much appreciate it, but like, if I benefit from it, I can't really complain about it.
It kind of sucks though because there's no like relaxing. Like I think I was just telling her.
You want to learn how to relax? How come
Yeah,
you
but
don't
what
let
if
me
I like
teach
it?
you?
Yeah, but what if I like it and I don't like to work anymore?
Nah.
We're not. So yeah, but I've always been somebody to stay busy, and then I really enjoyed working the ponds and landscaping and all that. And then during a little transition we had at work back in like COVID era, we started doing a lot of like hardscaping work. And I had Compa Pio from work. Pedro, he works with me in the railroad, but his whole previous jobs or his whole career was landscaping. Badass worker. He taught me, my brother, compadre, how to do it. So huge shout out to Pio too.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Pio.
But I've always, like I used to work with Sal at the shop.
Hey, how come you've never thrown me a kiss like that? Okay, and so now
Receive
I
it.
guess. Shouldn't have to ask for it. Go ahead.
But yeah, even before that, my cousin Sal, he's always had a mechanic shop, and that's where I was inclinated to working on cars. He showed me basically, yeah, everything I know about cars. The little that I know, he knows a lot more than me, a lot more. Not that he didn't teach me, because I didn't know. I just didn't know.
Okay.
He taught me a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, so so today, anytime I have an issue, shoot over to the shop and.
Shout out Sal.
So going back to like the learning thing, so I would always work with Sal at the shop, and he would always, he knows a whole lot about everything. Mm-hmm. And during the railroad time, it came a time where I became a mechanic working on equipment, and
at the railroad.
Yeah, and then just previous all the stuff I've done with Sal, it all came to help me and be as a mechanic at work.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, yeah. Well, you know what? No, because. No, not at work, really.
Not at work, but like when you're at
home
working
when
cars.
I'm working, yeah. Oh, yeah. YouTube college? Fuck yeah.
So something that's standing out to me right now is that, and it's obviously, guys, we've had these types of conversations before, like just on a day-to-day basis, but never like this, sitting down and carving time out of our day to have the conversation. So there's just a few things that are coming up for me. One is a question that I asked you. Oh, after Cito's interview, he was talking about his mentor and how it's important to have a mentor in life or whatever trade or career that you're in. And I asked you if you've had a mentor, and you couldn't really pinpoint to one. But now, through this conversation, you've had a few.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people that I've learned from. So, I learned a lot from Pedro. Sal, anything mechanic, and just Sal's like the guy that, like if you think I don't stop, like Sal's like 10 times worse. Like he no. Only time he stops is when he's eating at his mom's house.
Yeah.
So he's somebody who's influenced me a lot as well. I've always been around very.
You've never been like, a guy, you're my mentor, but they've pretty much played a role at different times of your life, like that.
Yeah.
No? And then I'm also realizing that these people that you've mentioned, you don't just go to them when it's something like for Sal. It's not just like when it's a mechanic. Sometimes you just feel like being around Sal, like you enjoy their company.
Yeah, you know what? One thing that stood out to me a few years ago, when I was a little younger, I remember we used to go to this car audio shop here in Crest Hill, and Elliot. I would always bring around somebody. Whether it was Pino, whether it was Miguel, whether it was my brother, Jesus. And one thing that he mentioned to me that I don't think I've ever really thought of, so he brought it up, was like, man, you don't hang around with losers, bro. Like everybody you come with is somebody that I feel comfortable in the shop. They don't just decent human beings. So I think bringing it up, it's like, yeah, that's why I like this NCH. chapter is like, it just feels like it has to be done because I've always been surrounded by the people to show me, help me, and just guide me along the way. Whether it's one way or another, like during the whole landscaping era, right? Pedro was the hands-on guy, and then Humberto from Tepa's Landscaping and Concrete. I would call him like, hey bro, how do I quote this? How do I this? How do I that? Or I need this or I need that, and always whatever you need, a Chench, because everybody calls me Chench, so that's another nickname. But from that side, everybody calls me Chench. Whatever you need, always mentoring, always helping. So, like, yeah, that's always been me. I've always been surrounded by very, very positive, influential people that maybe I never thought of them as being like my mentor in life, but definitely took something.
Not everybody has those kind of people in their life.
Well, even now that we're thinking about it, like with the whole rental properties, that was like my dad and his brothers, because I mean, my dad got here back from Mexico in '99 with a whole family, never made more than maybe $15 an hour. And he still put us all through, I mean, at least normal school. None of us really wanted to go to college, but he put us all through school. We always had a roof over our heads. We were always fed. And then he still...
And made some investments.
Yeah, he was able to come up with 6 rental properties. My uncles, they own buildings all over Joliet.
Yeah.
So...
That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, like that's the mentorship there. I feel like that's where that came from. Even my cousins now, like Poncho, and then they have rental properties everywhere too.
Yeah. It's important to stop and have these conversations and just to reflect a little bit, because maybe you would have taken that for granted otherwise.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I remember getting here from Mexico, and Christina, my cousin Christina, she was the one that went and bought me all my school supplies. I still remember. Oh, here we go.
So cute.
So
I mean, just because family is family doesn't mean that they don't owe us anything, and it doesn't mean that they all show up the same way.
Yeah.
So when you're at our age now with our own kids, and you sit down and you think about who were those people for me when I was a kid, it's one, it makes you emotional, and two, it's really important because, like, yeah, you can't take those kinds of things for granted. And it's not easy now that we're adults and we have our little ones, not only our daughter, but our nephews, our cousins. Like, it's not easy to carve time out of our schedules to do that kind of stuff.
No, especially when they have families of their own.
Oh, like when like, for example, Christina had her family,
she had
and she still was
her
there
kids were
to
little,
support, and Sonia.
Yeah, so when we got here from Mexico, she's the one that bought me school supplies, bought me school clothes. As I was trying to say earlier, she bought me like the big old 100 crayon box with a sharpener.
With a sharpener.
And I was like the coolest kid in school. Like, she bought me that, and I'll never forget that. I used to have a Sting book bag because I loved wrestling when I was a little kid.
What about that? Not that I want to make you emotional again, but what about that makes you feel like emotional?
Well, one, that she was there all the time. Like, she didn't, because we didn't really know each other. I used to live in Mexico.
Yeah,
we just showed up in her house,
true.
and they gave us a room to stay in, and they fed us and everything.
Yeah, they took
so
you in.
that to me, that's like the real definition of family is, right? But she didn't have to go spend money. She's got 2 other kids. Now she has 3, but at the time she had 2 other kids that she had to go buy things for, And now seeing how expensive life is, like, Jesus Christ, like, holy,
Yeah.
So she's definitely somebody who took care and could be a mentor to me as a little kid. And then growing up, it was Sonia. Sonia, like...
You were at her house every day.
Well, she was like, her shrimp scampi.
Her shrimp scampi.
But she was like a second
Sandwich.
mother to me. Like she's the one that put up with a lot more than she probably was asking for. But thanks to her, I feel like she's the one that really just tightened up, and we're here now. And then also, once she got married, like, dude, Panch was just like, fuck, like a brother too. Just yeah. You've been surrounded by good people all my life.
And then me.
And then you came around.
Cherry on top.
I mean, everybody says, right? It sounds corny, but you're the version of the best 5 people you hang around with the most. So.
Yeah.
you really need to understand what you want to do in life, what you want to accomplish, and surround yourself by people who have the same mindset.
And like, I don't want to. I don't want it to sound like we're like, oh, well, you were always perfect, or I was always perfect. I think it's our values and our beliefs
and the people that you're surrounded
that
with
guide you. And so if you are hanging out with somebody who's making mistakes, doesn't mean you shouldn't hang out with them. It's so much more like, what do they believe in? What do they value? And if those things line up, morals, if those things line up, then eventually you guys can help each other grow, stop making the same mistakes, and get to a point in life that you are happy and proud to see yourself in.
Yeah.
So saying that, we're just starting Next Chapter Hustle right now. You're ready to move on from what you've been doing the past 15 years. Not saying that we're getting there yet, but are you proud of where you're at right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Absolutely. Yes, it's definitely a different route that we're taking. It's been in the back of my mind forever. I've always thought that this would be like something cool I could do.
Mm-hmm. Since when?
I would probably have to say a good 5 years or so.
Okay.
Like,
you didn't share that with me 5 years ago.
Well, I didn't share it with anybody because I used to think people were just gonna laugh at me because that's not me. Like, you know, like I was the guy that would tell you like, ponte a trabajar, güey, no te chingando, you know. So I feel like people would say that to me.
Yeah.
But then you've been like very, very good at influencing me, like just try it, just do this, just do that. So a lot of the things that I would have a hard time with, like pulling the trigger on, you're always there to just give it a try. So thank you.
You're welcome.
But so yeah, we're here now. I've always wanted to start something of my own, some sort of business, but between wanting to work on cars, wanting to work on houses, landscaping, this and that, like I never knew where.
Mm-hmm. Where to start. Do you think you know where to start right now?
I don't.
Besides what we're doing with Next Chapter Hustle?
Not necessarily, because I want to do everything.
And there's no end game. What I've learned about life, and I think through Beto, is that there is no end game. Unless, like, we hit the lottery and...
Even then.
Yeah, even then, honestly. So, for now, for this chapter that we're in, what's the end game?
So I think change is good, especially when it's under your own circumstances, when you get the choice to make your own changes.
Yeah.
Right? Don't let nobody else make the changes for you, at least not in a negative way.
Right.
The end game for me is to eventually be able to have my own business, work for myself, and do my own thing. Not necessarily because I want to become a millionaire, because I want to drive a sports car. Like I would love that, but that's not why.
Or a Chevy.
Or a 1997 Chevy Tahoe 2-door to the ground with big wheels. You know? Not just that. That would be great, but not just because of that. Mostly because I would like to be able to experience things with my kids that I didn't get to do with my parents. For example, I told her like my number one goal with like the rest of my life and this and starting our own business is I want to take my kids to school. I want to drop them off in the mornings. I want to be able to help them get ready and just drop them off to school, get them off to a good start. And if I get to do that every day, then I have accomplished my goal in life. Obviously, the meaning to that is you can't really do that if you got a 9 to 5. Because I start work at 7.
If somebody else sets your schedule.
Yeah, if somebody else is setting your schedule, you're most likely not going to be able to do that. Especially in my line of work, you have to be there at the time you start. You don't know what time you're going to make it home. The only way you're going to make more money is by working more hours. And I've came to the realization that the day only has 24 hours. So if you want to make more money, you're taking time away from your family. If you want to take time to your family, you're taking money away from the money.
Which, if that's a decision that you're making, that's the route that you're going, it's completely honorable. It's not to take away from that at all.
Yeah, and everybody's different. We all have different mentalities. We all have different goals in life. I know people who love their jobs and they love what they do and they love who they work for. And good for you. That's awesome. That is the best thing. That if you're content with what you're doing and you're enjoying it every day, what else can you ask for?
Why would you change it?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But along with me always being on the move and always that, it's like my mind's always going. It's always thinking of something different, what to do next, where to move forward. The rental properties, like to me, it's just like I just want to build a bigger portfolio. I want to be able to eventually have that pay for my kids' education, or just pass them down to them or something like
Leave
that.
them.
You know?
So besides Next Chapter Hustle, you want to start your own thing, a different
Yes.
thing of your own.
Yeah, definitely. I want to.
But you don't really know what that thing is right now.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because I have 100 things I want to do.
Okay.
This week.
So we shall see. There's gonna be, like we said, I don't know how many chapters in this life of ours, but starting Next Chapter Hustle is one. After that, we're gonna start whatever business that you decide that you want to start, and just huge, big changes coming, right? What moment? I want you to get specific. What moment did you say, okay, enough is enough? Like you already said, I was thinking about it for 5 years. I helped you kind of start to realize that could become a reality for you. But what moment finally was like, all right, this is happening?
I was a supervisor in the railroad, right? And that job consisted of me being on call 24/7. Like it was nonstop. When we first met, I explained to her that my job was very...
People thought he was cheating on me.
Yeah, everybody thought I was cheating on her because I would never show up to parties. I would leave her in the middle of dinner. Yeah, so you're on call 24/7. You have to schedule your life around these phone calls. Waking up in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, weekends, holidays, birthdays, everything.
Doesn't matter if it's your birthday, doesn't matter if it's Christmas, doesn't matter if it's Thanksgiving. Doesn't matter if your freaking dog is dying.
Yeah, no, you gotta go bury him and go back to work. So that was like my life for the past 5 years. Well, 7, but 5. So, and I knew that when I took that job, I knew it wasn't gonna be like, it wasn't my dream goal to be a supervisor or a manager or any of that. It was just like, hey, if it pays more and I can get a little bit ahead on my personal goals, then let's do it. So I took the job, and in the back of my mind, I knew it. I was only going to do it for 5 years. In 5 years, I am going to do what I can, and if it works out, good, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. So like the last year or so was really rocky. Just rockier than normal, not necessarily very exciting.
Before you get to that, though, you did accomplish some of the goals that you set for yourself in those 5 years.
Yeah, so within those 5 years, we got married, so we started our family. I bought the house that I live in now. I bought a rental property with a big old building, and then we also bought another rental property. So yeah, we acquired quite a bit of properties, which is what I wanted. It's what I wanted to just keep growing in the real estate portfolios. You could say I accomplished my goals more than I thought I would. But yeah, like the last year was just not very good for me. And I got to the point where I was just like, I wasn't happy with what I was doing. But then in November of last year, we were getting ready to celebrate Cassie's, which is my first daughter's birthday, her first year birthday.
On her actual birthday.
On her actual birthday.
We did celebrate her baptism and birthday.
Like typical Mexicans, yeah.
A month before.
Yep. But we celebrated her actual birthday, and it was just us at the house. She made her a little cake.
And it was meant to be very intimate, just us 3. Like,
yeah,
because that she could look back and see, like.
We recorded everything.
Yeah.
It was our firstborn kid with my other son, Chino. But yeah, so we're in the middle of celebrating her birthday. We're singing to her. She's about to blow her little candle. We're trying to get her to blow the candle. And then the phone starts ringing. They need me to go to work. So I remember just like at that moment, like my guts just felt super tight. I wanted to cry. I actually cried on my way to work because I was like, all right, dude, if I'm not happy with work and now it's taking time away from my family, what am I doing? You know? I remember I called a bunch of coworkers. Can somebody take this call? Can you help me out? No. For whatever reason, you know, it's not their fault.
No.
That's the job that I chose. So from there forward, it was just like I would wake up in the morning and I'm like, I gotta do something. So I missed my daughter's first birthday actual
Well, like the good chunk of the night, because you got back, I think, around 11.
Well, yeah, I got back in the middle of the night. She's asleep, and I'm just talking. But we missed like that moment, you know. Like I'm never gonna experience her 1 year birthday.
We were literally about to, because I set up like the cake with balloons and her little stuffed animal. So we were literally.
We might have a video. I'm sure you could drop a clip.
Yeah. We're literally about to sing happy birthday to her and blow the candle, and then
the phone starts ringing.
Yeah, my heart also dropped every time that freaking phone rang.
Well, what sucked was that I would get waken up at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, like as everybody's trying to sleep, and I had to keep it loud so I could hear it. And with the railroad, you never know. It could be just a simple half an hour call, go check this out and come back. Or you might be out there for 2-3 days where we had derailments, and it might be your fault. And if it's your fault, well, you start looking for a new job because that's the railroad for you.
And it's crazy because it's not like the railroad has laws against how many hours you can work straight. Well, it does, but it's
not for our department.
Oh.
So the maintenance away department, hey boy, get going. Mm-hmm. They'll send you home for 20 minutes, come back ready to work at 6 in the morning. Mm-hmm. You know who you are. So yeah, that's that. I mean, it's a very demanding job. Is it a good job? Yes. Yeah, you have.
I'm grateful you have it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, of course, right? You have insurance, you get benefits. If you ride it out for 30 years, you retire. You get a really good pension.
Your wife too.
Your wife gets a pension for dealing with the bullshit that you had to deal for 30 years, but I started when I was 19, so in order for me to retire, I gotta wait till I'm 60. And then by then I have put in 40 years, which
Cassie will be done with school.
The average railroader gets to live for like 5 years comfortably, and then you die. Like, no, it's not what I want, you know? Mm-hmm. So that was the first instance. So we took a vacation to Mexico thinking I just needed to just relax. And then we drove to Mexico. On the way there, I get the phone call that a very close cousin of mine passed away unexpectedly in a vehicle accident. Mm-hmm. So that just opened up like a whole other thing, like reality up here and in here, because
we never know.
You don't know whether we might be recording this and we don't get to see it tomorrow. So, or we might have, like, everybody's got plans for what they're gonna do, why they can't spend time with their kids today because they have to do this, but you don't know if you're gonna be here tomorrow. Yeah. So came back from Mexico and I said, here's your keys, here's your phone, deuces.
To me.
No, to the job. I turned in my position and that's it.
How has turning in your position as supervisor helped you thus far?
So one of the main things that I've noticed is,
has it put money in your pocket?
So stepping down consisted of turning in the vehicle, a company vehicle. So now I spend money on gas. I had to buy another car for work. No more gas card. And then I took a big pay cut, probably like 40% pay cut. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. But none of that compares to sleeping good at night. Like now I know what an actual good night's sleep is, which I didn't know what that was for 5-6 years.
Or not having to be there on those extra hours.
Yeah, like before I didn't have a choice whether I wanted to work or not. And now luckily I get my seniority and then working with certain colleagues. And at the end of the day, being a decent person as a human being for those times, like it's all turning back and it's paying off now.
Yeah. So worth it.
Yeah. 1,000%. If I had the choice over again, I would do it every single time.
Yeah. Before we started Next Chapter Hustle, you went to school.
Oh yes. As soon as I stepped down from work, I kept talking about wanting to go back to school for something. I feel like now that I'm older and I can like comprehend things and pay attention more, I feel like I would actually be decent at school, you know? Mm-hmm. So.
And you were. You're probably the A student. Friggin' teacher's pet over here.
Shut your ass up, man. So I signed up for a course over at St. Francis.
No,
not St. Francis. Lewis University, sorry. And it was basically just an introduction to the trades because at that time, I just wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something where I could do it as a job and then I could turn around and just like the sky be the limit on what I wanted to do, whether it was carpentry, whether it was an electrician or a plumber. And so I went to school and I was going to work Monday through Friday, my 8 hours, and then I get out at 3 and I had to take all the way over there and start.
Right at the beginning of the course, guess what happens?
Yeah, so I had to take classes from 4 to 9. And then within not even the first week, right? I hadn't even started. So I got accepted into this. And then we found out we were expecting our baby.
That first trimester, literally the whole, because it was three months? How long?
4 months.
4 months? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was rough, man. So I stepped down from work, making less money. I got all these extra other expenses. I'm going to school. There's no time. I mean, we were trying to have a second baby.
Yeah, it's just you can't decide the timing, right?
Yeah. So
the
yeah.
timing was rough.
Very rough. And then like kudos to her because she was basically home alone those 4 months every day.
Yeah. Some days you would get home at 8.
Yeah, we had really good teachers, Sarah, Nora, and then Ursula.
Can you share a little bit more about where you see Next Chapter Hustle going?
So in my vision, it almost turns out to be like a very friendly space where people who want to start their business or want some sort of knowledge in something that they want to do, they can just look through our videos and then find something that relates to what they want to do. I see us being able to help back the people that are helping us with their support. I keep talking about this online store that we're going to start so you can purchase shirts if you want to. And eventually it's going to be something where we're all going to benefit from.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Serious.
So we don't want to give that part away just yet. But it is like one of my main goals is to help people back.
Okay.
It's not just the channel. It's not just the monetizing or just growing. Like I really do want to turn it into a way to help people back for helping us.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I want it to go.
Yeah.
But in order to get there, the faster we grow it, the faster we can start giving back to the people.
Right. So like, follow, and share.
Every single video, please.
Can you give us one lesson that you learned from this week?
Yeah, I think this week has been all about improvising because, like I said, we have our plans. Everybody's got the plans that they want to have. But the man above is the one that tells you what's going to happen. So you got to improvise. You got to figure out. You got to be able to move around and make things happen. All week we had tornadoes and storms and everything. Like I was worried about cutting the grass and then it turned into being worried about them being home alone during this tornado while we're out in the middle of a track working.
Yeah.
So you just gotta improvise. You just gotta roll with the punches. That's my favorite quote. And you gotta keep moving.
Let us know if there's anything else that you would like to hear more about. If hopefully you all feel like you got to know Beto a little bit more.
Well, maybe the next one we can interview her.
Oh,
and then we can talk about her background and where she comes from.
Because I share everything. Ask me anything.
She ain't say shit.
No. So thank you to our sponsors, Niagara Purified Drinking Water. Just kidding.
I paid for that.
But if you want to sponsor us, thank you to Social Butterfly.
Yes.
If you want to sponsor us with the coffee, give us energy for the next video, you're more than welcome.
And remember to like, follow, and share.
Yes, guys, please like, follow, and share, and comment. We love reading the comments. It makes us feel so cheesy. And honestly, after creating our own content and looking for that.
Now we comment and now we do everything ourselves.
Now I understand how it feels. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We are so grateful.
We'll be dropping the next interview soon. As soon as we get a confirmation on a date, we'll get the ball rolling. And the next shirt design is pretty cool. I think everybody's gonna like it.
Yeah, so can't wait for you guys to watch us in your living room. You know who you are.
Or your phone.
Or your phone.
Or everywhere.
Or anywhere you are.
In the toilet. It's cool.
On the toilet, probably. Okay, it's time to go get our daughter.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.